I do not want to talk about this. I do not want to say this, and I did not want to actually address this because things was actually starting to look really good, but they're not right now. Everything is getting more and more expensive, and in the process, I'm facing a bit of a financial crisis yet again. Such wow, such is life, right? And in the process, uh, I have to hold out on training again. I really hate doing that. I really do. Like, it's like like I said, I got a new job. Got my financial situation like up and running, or at least I thought that I did until I noticed that stuff that I needed to pay started spiking up in price, and I genuinely like I blame this current administration if I'm being real. I really do. I really do. Um, but yeah, so like obviously I have to stop training for a little bit until I get myself like on track and figure out how things are gonna go for me. Uh, I'm currently like having a bit of I like here's the thing. I thought that I was doing pretty good at my job. You know what I'm saying? Like I was told that I was doing pretty good at my job. I was told that like I'm doing a better job. But like within the course of the past few days, I've been told that I'm on thin ice. I don't remember getting written up for anything. I don't remember like getting. I don't know if I've been written up. I don't know if anything's going on. It could just be my managers are messing with me and I'm just being paranoid. But they've been saying that for quite some time now, and I don't understand what the situation. I don't understand what's happening. I'm the last to know. And one thing about me is that like I'm always the last to know everything because nobody ever wants to talk to me directly until the bad stuff actually happens, and then it's like, well, why weren't you here to try to at least fix the problem? And it's like I don't even know if there was a problem to begin with, you know. But that's ultimately what is happening right now. It's just so like I said, I don't know my job situation. And because I don't know my job situation, my already bleak financial situation is only getting worse. And I'm not asking for money. I'm just like letting people know specifically what's going on. But I'm just really annoyed because of the fact that it's like I said, at the end of the day, I work. You know what I'm saying? I work and I have a job, and it just it feels like for no reason whatsoever, I'm just kind of like I know I have an idea what I might have to do to get money on YouTube, and I feel like and I don't want to resort to that because I don't want to be that dude who goes live every single time a big story happens just so I can put in my 2 cents and act like I'm some sort of big shot wrestling know-it-all guru guy. I don't want to be that guy because like that's not what I want to be. I don't want to be a wrestling reviewer. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a wrestler. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just and it just keeps feeling like the universe is basically telling me not on my watch. So I hate to drop this bombshell for whoever just happened to be supporting me, but it just really does feel like it just really does feel like because it's not just a training. If I only had to pay for training, if I only had to pay for training, and I had to worry about paying for rent, my car insurance, my car note, like my school loans and all these other things I got to pay for. Without if I only had to pay for wrestling training and nothing else, I would have been a wrestler by now, completely. But that's not the case. I have to pay for rent. I got to pay for car insurance. I got to pay for these bills. I got to pay for light bill. I got to pay for trash. I got to pay for water. I got to pay for, you know, all these things. They all just sort of pack up and pile on. And like you would think that a $800 check or $900 check or $1,000 check, whichever, if how rarely that happens, you would think that those kind of checks would be able to cover that because those are just some reasonably big sound numbers, right? Big sounding numbers, but they're not when the rent is 800. You know what I'm saying? When the car note is another 200. You know what I'm saying? When lights are like like that's not a light that's on, by the way. That's the sun. Because I'm using available lighting right now because I don't want to use electricity. I'm sweaty because it's a little it's a little toasty in here, and also I'm fat. Yeah, there's that. But the fact of the matter is that like yeah, money's kind of tight. I don't know when I'm going to be able to go back to training. So it's like I really did get my wrestling shoes. I really was going to tell myself that no matter how much No matter how much the trainer kind of tries to tell me that I'm not doing that well, I'm just gonna grit my teeth and just continue to go through it because he's one of those trainers who's not gonna tell you that you did a great job. You know what I'm saying? But like it's complicated. But I'm just but yeah, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I'm a little torn up about this. I'm a little torn up because I thought that I was doing well. I'm trying to get back in shape. I'm eating healthier. You know what I'm saying? I realize now that salads taste good with a little salt and pepper. The veggie delight over at Subway is actually pretty good. All you gotta do is just sauce that sucker up. Like I would probably do without the bread. I realize now that bread is gonna make me fat, but I like bread. I do need to probably like just I do need to tone down on it, which is why I'm eating salads. But it's like I still need to sauce it up. Like do sauce. Does sauce take away the nutritional value of salad? But in any case, though, it's like like I'm still gonna try to keep myself in shape. I'm still gonna try to like keep myself, looking reasonable, looking decent, or try my best to like, the whole idea is that like I know I'm not gonna look like Mr. Buff McBody with this amazing. I'm not gonna look like a starving child. The 1940s ideal body standard. I'm not gonna look like that. But I do want to be able to move like how I used to move. I used to do flips out the. I used to do flips just like I look a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? It used to get a little crazy for me. I could do that stuff back in the day, and I kind of can't right now. And like I want to get back into that. But like I said, it is soul crushing to know that there's a chance that I probably won't be able to train again for a little while because every single time I'm doing well, like every single time I'm doing well, like I just hit another wall. But I'm optimistic that things will look better towards the end at least. You know what I'm saying? I have to really believe that things are gonna go okay, because if I don't, then I'm gonna probably end up like seeing what like eight cases of ibuprofen tastes like, and I don't want to do that. So for the sake of my sanity and my literal life, I have to think that this is going to go right for me, even though it feels like nothing else is right now. I'm gonna end this on a positive note, though. I'm gonna end this on a positive note. First of all, if you have an issue with Mercedes Monet, you're racist and sexist. No, no, no. I said positive. I said positive. I said positive. Reality of Wrestling is gonna give you banger after banger after banger after banger. Check out their YouTube channel. You might even see this face on there. I'm just saying. In the meantime, though, I'm gonna go ahead and try to cure my depression with gaming and I don't know, showering because I'm getting a little sweaty still, and I don't know, something. But yeah, yeah, that's the news. Love and peace, y'all, and I hope to see y'all in the ring.